Let's ask it, if I wanted to place a Bitcoin trade right now, what should I do? Bearish. Let's place a bearish trade, grab our short tool, put our stop loss just above this breakout, and we'll go for a 1-to-1 risk to reward, entering with 2 contracts, and we're in. Fast forward to the next day, and you can see that the trade went against us pretty heavily, but did not stop us out. And now looks like we might actually have a chance of winning this trade with almost no effort. Day trading can feel like being in a maze, where any door that you go to walk through can instantly
slam shut in your face at any second.
And it's because of this that all traders are looking for the same thing.
Edge.
Anything that can tip the odds in our favor is massive, because in a game this competitive, even the tiniest increase in edge can be the difference between losing money and making a fortune. And what if I told you there's a brand new tool that can give you exactly that? But it's not just another trading strategy or indicator. It's actually a free AI tool called ChatGPT that's been transforming every industry all across the world. I've been experimenting with it in my own trading. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you 10 insanely useful ways that it can give your trading more edge. And to make things even more interesting, we're going to do some live trades where we take ChatGPT's advice and put it to the test. If you watch to the end of this video, I'll show you how you can get a free guide that I prepared for you to help you along the process. So if you don't have it yet, go to chatgpt.com and get this free tool. On the right-hand side of the screen, I have ChatGPT pulled up, and on the left-hand side of my screen, I have the guide. We're gonna go through each of these 3 steps for all 10 ways to trade with ChatGPT. First one is choose the area to focus on. Second one, copy a relevant prompt. Third one is let ChatGPT do the actionable insight. So the first way to use ChatGPT for your trading is preparing for the market open and quickly determining market sentiment or bias. So let's take the first prompt here and say, what's the current market sentiment for blank based on recent news and events? Copy this, paste it in, and let's pick, I don't know, NQ or NASDAQ futures. You can see it gives us recent performance showing the price movements pulled from investing.com, Barron's, Yahoo Finance, Benzinga. So it went out to the internet, researched all these data points, including inflation, Federal Reserve policy, technological advancements, fear and greed index, and it puts everything into the palm of your hands like this. Scroll to the bottom, you can see very quickly the overall outlook saying that analysts project that the NASDAQ 100 may experience further growth in 2025, potentially gaining an additional 15 to 25%. Let's take this one step further and actually get support and resistance levels. So we'll get this prompt, and as you can see, it's giving us support levels and resistance levels and specific rationale, like for example, the 50-day moving average and different ways of determining those numbers. And we could do the same thing for equities. Like let's say we wanted to do this for Tesla and Bitcoin. Gives you the charts, so you can get an overall idea of what's happening, as well as support and resistance levels. There it is right there. Now let's take this one step further, because after you get the market sentiment or the overall bias, then what do you need? Trade ideas. The second way for using ChatGPT with your trading is to use it to generate trade ideas in seconds. Now, you're gonna have to double check everything, of course, but let's just grab the first one. Give me 3 potential trade setups based on current price action, okay? And let's do this for the NQ because I'm a futures trader. All right, here we go. Number 1, the breakout trade above all-time highs. The NQ is approaching its all-time high. Trade action. Enter a long position if the price breaks above 21,200 with strong volume. Target. Aim for a price extension of 22,000. It gives you a possible price target. It gives you a possible stop loss. And it gives you some more trade ideas. Look, a pullback as well. So details for the pullback, including the setup, the trade action, the target, and the stop loss, and then a range bound trade. Now let's take this one step further and try the next prompt. What are some high probability trading ideas over the next 24 hours? Now it's giving us different scenarios. So number 1, breakout trade setup. Scenario, if the NQ breaks above a key resistance level, such as 21,200, here's an action plan, giving us a long position, and specific instructions for profit targets, stop loss, and it tells you what the logic is. Momentum buyers often push prices higher after breaking critical levels. Second idea, reversal at overbought levels. This is a really good one too. If the NQ shows signs of exhaustion near a key resistance level like 21,200, here's an action plan for a reversal. Look for something like a double top and enter a short position with the profit target here and a stop loss here. And the logic is what? Overextended markets often retrace. Yes, one of the highest probability trades in all of trading is a reversion, or in other words, the price is always coming back to that moving average. Next one, pull back to support. 4, intraday scalping opportunities. 5, range bound strategy. And then it also is giving us tips for risk management. Amazing. Now I said we would put ChatGPT's advice to the test. So let's ask it, if I wanted to place a Bitcoin trade right now, what should I do? Trading considerations, market volatility, Bitcoin's price is highly volatile, risk management, recommendation, given the current market conditions, conduct the research, assess risk tolerance. Okay, this is giving us instructions for how to do it ourselves, but that's not what we want. We want it to help us with the actual trade idea. The lesson here is the more specific information you give it about what you want, the better information you'll get back. How about this? Let's pull up the micro Bitcoin futures, copy the chart, we'll throw it into ChatGPT, and we'll just say very simply, bullish or bearish for our hold. Trend analysis. The price has been in a downtrend with the price trading below the EMA. As we can see, we're below the EMA. Okay. The EMA is sloping downward and acting as dynamic resistance. The price has not decisively broken above it. Okay. So let's see. Bearish if the price fails to break above the EMA, which would be 97,500. A bearish confirmation candle would suggest continuation of the downtrend. Bullish bias if the price breaks and closes above the EMA. And here's the recommendation. Bearish setup, bullish setup. So interesting, gave us both, and it's telling us that the likely bias right now is likely bearish. So why is it saying that it's likely bearish? Because we're below the EMA, so we don't have confirmation of a move up yet, which makes sense. So if it's saying we're likely bearish, let's place a bearish trade, grab our short tool and place a short trade. We'll put our stop loss just above this breakout, and we'll go for a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, entering with 2 contracts, and we're in. And before the end of the video, we'll check back in on that trade. That entry was at 4:51 p.m. Now fast forward to the next day, and now looks like we might actually have a chance of winning this trade with almost no effort. However, we're not celebrating yet because the rule of the markets is anything can happen at any moment. Now, the third way to use ChatGPT with your trading is understanding price action and key levels. One of the most important things to understand when placing a trade is the context. This means knowing what the price has been doing recently. It's just like with the person, you want to try and guess their next move, you start by looking at their past behavior. In trading, we call it market structure. And because doing this is essentially just pattern recognition, it turns out that's exactly what AI does best. And for this, I want to show you how to actually use a chart from TradingView. So let's open TradingView, pick what you want to trade, pull up the chart. All you're going to do is go up to this right-hand corner, hit copy image, drop it into ChatGPT and say something like analyze price action or use any other one of these prompts. Let's grab this one, analyze recent highs and lows to identify trading opportunities. Based on the chart you provided, here's an analysis of the recent highs and lows on the NQ, focusing on potential trading opportunities. Observations 1, trend analysis. The price exhibits an uptrend. After peaking, there's a clear downtrend. Now let's grab the chart and let's see if we see what it sees. Uptrend, downtrend. Yes. Recent price action shows consolidation. Yes, consolidation here. Okay, cool. Looks like it's doing pretty good. Now, potential trading opportunities. It's giving us potential trading opportunities that we didn't even ask it for that specifically, but here they are. Trend continuation, reversal setup, or a range play. And it knows that I call that no man's land because usually best to avoid the charts when they're doing that. So here's some strategies it's giving us. EMA trend strategy, using risk to reward 1-to-1 or higher. Awesome. So you can see it's very easy to generate these trading ideas. And in the guide here, which I'll show you how to get at the end, you can use a bunch of these other prompts to do similar things. Notice that this is not just giving you different price levels and different ideas. It's actually explaining why they're important and teaching you how to understand price action as it's giving you those ideas. Checking back in on our Bitcoin trade, things still going well, and we're inching closer to that profit target. The fourth way to use ChatGPT with your trading is planning trades step by step. And this is if you have an idea and you just want some objective feedback on how to actually execute that idea. One of the biggest mistakes I made as a new trader, and I learned this the hard way, I promise you, was just jumping into trades too quickly. And the thing is, your brain is wired to just think about the profits and get excited about them instead of considering the risk carefully. So here's how ChatGPT will help you with this. Let's say you're planning a trade for Bitcoin, bullish. Instead of just jumping it long, let's ask ChatGPT what we're considering and seeing what it tells us, and let's have it help us with the plan. So this will be the first prompt. Help me plan a long trade on Bitcoin. Let's just say that and see what it does. Identifying potential support levels and confirming the setup with indicators of price patterns. Simple. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you plan a long trade. Number 1, analyze the chart. Number 2, identify key levels. Number 3, use your indicators to confirm the setup. And then number 4, plan the entry. And it gives us suggested entry price levels along with stop loss levels and definite profit targets, as well as considering planning your risk to reward ratio, which is very important, and then executing the plan, managing the trade, and an example. That's awesome. And as you can see in my free guide, we've got a bunch more prompts for you to try as well. Now the trade was looking great and heading straight to our profit target, even making a new low. But since then, we're starting to pull back, seeing some hesitation and seeing some buying pressure building, evidenced by the tail on that most recent candle. Next, the 5th way to use ChatGPT with your trading is leveraging your personality strengths. About a year ago in my trading journey, I had a very difficult rough spot and I just hit a wall. And I was at this point where I was placing trades, but it felt like nothing I was doing was working. I was reacting emotionally and I was really just struggling with second guessing myself and intense self-criticism, which was brutal. And then I stumbled onto this thing called MBTI, which is a personality test. The MBTI is based on the influential theory of psychological types proposed by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. Jung speculated that people experience the world using 4 psychological functions, and that one of these 4 functions is dominant in an individual a majority of the time. And it completely changed the way that I thought about things and changed the way that I was trading, because it showed me exactly how my brain works based on my own personality, which explained what my natural strengths are and what was tripping me up specifically with trading. And then what I did is I used ChatGPT to give me specific personalized advice for my trading based on my MBTI personality type. Now, if that's not insanely useful, I don't know what is. So here's how to do it. First, take your personality test. I'll link you to the free one I use in the description. It's called 16 Personalities. And then once you know your personality type, prompt ChatGPT for specific advice. I'm a blank personality type. How can I use my strengths to trade more effectively? So we'll take this, and I'm an ESTP. So let's see. As an ESTP, you have several natural strengths that can be leveraged to trade more effectively. You're action-oriented, you're resourceful and adaptive, you're observant, you're energetic or bold, and you love fun. Here's how to use this in your trading. Play to your observant nature. Strengths, action plan, tips. Number 2, use your risk appetite wisely. Strengths, boldness, action plan, tip, treat managing risk as part of the game and make it enjoyable. That does work for me. 3, build discipline through structure, thrives on challenges. Action plan, set clear entry and exit criteria, create a trading routine. And the tip, view sticking to your rules as a competitive challenge to outdo your impulsive side. And I've literally done this and it's helped enormously. And then 4, gamify your trading process. 5, leverage your resourcefulness. 6, stay engaged by focusing on momentum. So as you can see, this is advice that you'd probably have to pay someone for, and it's tailored specifically to exactly what I'm best at, which is awesome. You have to know your personality type in order for this to work for you. So start by doing that and then try this for yourself and let it blow your mind. A couple other prompts here you could try were what trading strategies align with the strengths of your specific personality. And notice in the guide, I have specific personality types in here. Just take that 4 letters and replace it with your personality type to make it customized to you. Checking back in on our Bitcoin trade here. Another candle with the tail forming on the bottom, which also shows more buying, not good for our bear case. However, nothing super convincing from the bulls either, but we've got a potential wedge bottom here, here, and here. And we are also very close to where there was strong buying before, as you can see here, which is not good because if there was buying there before, there could be buying there again. But we are closer to our profit target than we are to a stop loss, so let's see. Next, managing your weaknesses or your inferior function. Within the personality typing technology, your strengths are what are called your superior function because they're the things you're superior at. But your weaknesses are called your inferior function. So what you do for this is ask ChatGPT what your inferior function is based on your personality type. What is my inferior function? It tells me that as an ESTP, your inferior function is introverted intuition. This means that while you're naturally strong at extroverted sensing, which thrives on real-time observation, action, and adaptability, we just said that, and I is your least developed cognitive function. It operates in the background and can feel elusive or difficult. Now, here are the things that are not my strengths. Focusing on future possibilities and long-term vision. Seeking deep insights and underlying meaning in patterns. Preferring a methodical, introspective approach to problem solving, relying on gut feelings, and let's prompt it for specific advice based on this. Give me specific trading advice based on this. So here we go. Number one, combine short-term action with long-term vision. Remember, my strength is short-term action, my weakness is long-term vision, and it's saying combine the two. Challenge yourself to see how your individual trades fit into your bigger plan. Great advice. Before each trade, ask, how does this trade align with my overall strategy? And then write down your answer. That'd be great advice for anybody. Number two, use both higher time frames, like a daily chart, and shorter time frames to guide your entries. Awesome, I do that and it's really helpful. Number two, pause to develop foresight. You're action oriented and hate sitting idle. It's very true. And a lot of traders that's true for. The challenge is impulsivity. So the advice is waiting for confirmation. Create a rule to wait for at least 2 to 3 confirming signals before entering a trade. Again, great advice. As you can see, the good advice just keeps coming here and it goes on and on and on. Journaling to develop strategic thinking, leveraging the power of visualization, strengthen your discipline through structure, gamifying patience, and an example trading plan where you have pre-market preparation during your trading, specific things that you do to protect yourself from your weaknesses, and then a post-trade reflection. Amazing. What you want to do is take your personality type and figure out what this is for you. Leveraging your weaknesses is one of the most valuable things a person can do, and it's something that almost no one does. So if you're looking for an edge in your trading, this is one of the most valuable money-making things that you can possibly do. Checking back in on our Bitcoin trade. After slightly pulling back a little bit, we got another bear bar closing on its low, which is awesome, which means we're in the middle of breaking out to the downside, exactly what we wanted, and now getting so close to our profit target. But you know, sometimes you'll get like a tick away and then reverse, and it'll take way longer than you'd expect. Sometimes it actually gets a tick away and doesn't even hit your profit target, but let's see. All right, and we did it. Imagine that, man. ChatGPT for the win. Now I can already hear the critics. That was only one trade. Yes, only one trade, but still positive sign. You should do your own testing anyways, and we'll do another test here in just a minute. Next way to use ChatGPT with your trading is making risk management easy. You know, it's very easy to look at a chart and just get a trade idea and jump in without any hesitation. And the deeper mistake here that will kill your profits over time is only thinking about the upside and not the downside, only the reward and not the risk. You have to think about the risk and have clear defined pre-risk management rules if you want to trade effectively over the long term. But this is difficult because your brain is literally designed against this. By nature, human beings love being right and hate being wrong. But the more optimistic you are about your trade, the more your brain will resist the possibility of losing, which is a problem. So you can use ChatGPT to help you with this in your trading by just asking it, what are the risks? And helping it help you think through things in a more objective way. For example, let's say you're planning to go long on the NASDAQ futures. Instead of just assuming that this will be a solid trade because you're optimistic and it's just gonna go up, pause for a second and use ChatGPT to help balance that perspective and make it better. So just grab the chart and the time frame you wanna trade, copy the image, paste that chart. I want to go long on NQ futures. What are the most important risks to consider about this trade? Looking at the provided chart for NQ futures, here are some risks and considerations to assess before taking a long position. 1, the overall trend and context. The market appears to be in a strong downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. Lower highs and lower lows. The long entry would be counter trend, which is inherently riskier. What could go wrong? The price could resume its downward momentum, making a long trade a lower probability setup. Mitigation confirms signs of trend reversal. How to mitigate this. So this is how to actually mitigate this risk. It's not telling you what to do. It's telling you how to essentially be more objective about what you're asking it. Confirm signals of trend reversal. Look for double bottom, bullish divergence, or strong bullish engulfing candles. Okay, so we have a double bottom here, which is actually why I asked it about that. So now we're actually getting somewhere. And then key resistance levels, you can look for key resistance levels. It's saying what could go wrong. The price could reject off that resistance and fall further. That's why it's called resistance. Lack of a clear reversal signal. If there's no strong reversal pattern or confirmation, like a double bottom, the market may still be bearish. There actually is a double bottom. External factors could drive significant moves. And that is true because it's also the end of the week and close to the end of the month, which sometimes means a reversal, which is good for us if we're thinking long. And then psychological risks. Counter trend trades often require more conviction and discipline to manage, which could lead to emotions, right? So what could go wrong is you might hold on to the trade longer than you planned if it moves against you, or exit prematurely out of fear. That one's probably most common. So the mitigation is to set a clear entry and stop loss and take profit levels before executing the trade and stick to them. And then we've got this great checklist here. Checklist before entering long. Is there evidence of a trend reversal? Are there support levels below to justify the long entry? Does the trade offer good risk to reward? Is there a catalyst? Does the volatility align with your risk tolerance and position size? Okay, so great checklist. If you want to copy this, feel free. It's a good one. And let's go through this. Is there evidence of a trend reversal? Yes, there's a double bottom here. Pretty clear and easy to see. 2, are there support levels below to justify a long entry? That's what that double bottom is. That's the support area. So yes. 3, does the trade offer good risk to reward ratio? We'll just go for 1-to-1 risk to reward. So we'll make sure that it does. 4, is there a catalyst supporting bullish momentum? Yes, it is the end of the week. And on Fridays, there's often big reversals because of profit taking. That's a known thing. 5, does the volatility align with your risk tolerance position size? Yes, we'll just go with 1 contract and leave it at that. And then to mitigate this psychological risk, we will set it and forget it. Okay, so we're going to set profit target, stop loss, and everything, and we will just let this trade do whatever it's going to do, which is usually a good idea in most cases anyway. So we'll grab our long tool, entering with 1 contract at the most recent bull close, going for 1-to-1 risk to reward, entering with a limit order, so waiting to get filled. And we are in. And now that you get a better understanding of the risk, you might proceed with exactly what you were going to do, or you might instead wait to do something to expose yourself to less risk, which is why we made those modifications we did, instead of just jumping in out of FOMO without really thinking about it clearly. And doing this slow, careful thinking can greatly reduce your risk of losing money and increase your chances of winning, which is why it's just a really valuable tool. And that is how a professional trader thinks, not an amateur. The amateur rushes in, but the professional trader thinks very carefully and very clearly in an objective way, which is a skill that is hard to develop on your own, and why using ChatGPT can be enormously helpful for you in developing that skill. And again, giving you more edge. Next way to use ChatGPT with your trading is reviewing and analyzing trades. You know, one of the biggest problems with trade journaling is not recording the trades down, but it's actually analyzing them to find the patterns that are actually hurting you and helping you. And this is how ChatGPT can absolutely change this. Do something like take your most recent trades and ask, here are 10 of my recent trades. Can you analyze patterns in my entries and exits? Essentially having an objective source to offer an outside perspective on your trading habits. And let's try it. I've got some recent trades of mine here. About 30 or so trades. You just copy and paste the data, use a prompt. Here are the details of my last 10 trades, analyze patterns. All right, here we go. General observations, profit and loss spread. Gains vary significantly, with some trades earning 325 to 500, while losses are usually around 200 to 225. Your profitable trades seem to involve longer holding periods, while shorter trades tend to result in losses. So if that's you, you could try and hold longer and see if that affects your P&L. Timing of trades. Winning trades tend to last longer. We just said that. Losing trades are shorter in duration, often under 10 minutes, which is a good sign, indicating potential early exits from fear or reactive decision-making. Possibly, right? Something for me to consider. I get out, break even quickly if I see a sign to do that, although it could be from fear, and that's something I would want to look at. Trade size. You can adjust the number of contracts traded, 1, 2, 3, but larger trades don't consistently align with higher profits or losses. Okay, so that's an interesting pattern that it's finding. Trade clusters. Multiple trades occur close in time, possibly indicating attempts to average down or re-enter after a loss. This can amplify risks if not aligned with a robust plan. Clear objective feedback. Now, specific patterns. Exit discipline. You tend to hold trades in your favor longer, showing disciplined patience, holding positions as long as 2 hours. It's mentioning those specific trades on 12/16. Losing trades. You often exit quickly, even after a minor unfavorable move, possibly prematurely reacting to small pullbacks. So that's something I want to look at. Entry consistency, risk to reward ratios. It's saying some trades have a stronger risk to reward ratio, and then trading at key levels. Now, what are the suggestions? Suggestions for improvement. Avoid impulse re-entries. That's good. That's something for me to work on. Focus on higher time frame context. Always good advice. Let your winners run. Always good advice. Predefine risk to reward. I like that. It's telling me a minimum of 1 to 2. I use a minimum of 1 to 1, but I like the suggestion of trying to go for a greater risk to reward, but that really does depend on your individual strategy. Use stop loss orders consistently and adjust your targets based on market conditions. Again, if your strategy says to do that, and then track trade conditions. So this is suggesting that I track what pattern the market's in, like are we in a range or are we trending? And then to try and map that to the different trades, which is a great idea. I actually really like that. Would you like a visualization or detailed metrics breakdown to further clarify the analysis? Let's get a visualization. That's cool. Okay, so there are a couple errors and then it gave us this. This is amazing. It does this all just on the fly. This is so cool. So we've got two charts, line chart and a bar chart there, and it's breaking it down here. Each bar represents profit or loss for individual trades. Positive trades are green here, negative, red, and then the bar chart is the cumulative P&L. As you can see, rising over time, that's a good sign. The line chart shows running total of your profits over the sequence of trades, which is awesome. Now, when it comes to trade performance, the most important metric all traders need to know is their APPT, or average profitability per trade. So let's ask it for that and see if it knows what that is first of all. Yes, exactly. Okay, so it's giving us a formula, it's telling us how to calculate it, and now it's gonna calculate it for us. My APPT is 119, which means, yes, each trade, I generate on average $119 every time I place a trade, which is a positive edge in your trading strategy. Now, this entire video is about how to get more edge. If you want to measure, and you need to measure this, what your edge is, you have to look at what your APPT is. Then you can use ChatGPT and see if it increases your edge or your APPT, which is a measurement of your edge, as we're seeing here, over time. So that is strongly recommended there. Now let's try one more prompt as far as trade journaling goes, because it's probably the most important thing for all traders. I'll say, based on these trades, what are 3 specific adjustments I could make to improve my, I'm gonna say, APPT/edge. Your average win is roughly 2 to 2.4 times your average loss, which is good, but could improve. Okay, great. So adjustments, target trades where you can achieve at least a 3-to-1. So this is telling me to go for a minimum of 3-to-1, and then tighten stop loss levels on losing trades to reduce the impact of losses. 2, refine entry timing. A 55% win rate indicates some inconsistency in your entries. Now, I don't know if I agree with that, because swing traders will do 40% win rate and they can be wildly profitable as long as their wins are big enough. 3, avoid overtrading and impulse trades, reduce loss rate. A significant number of losses occur from quick, small duration trades that likely stem from impulsive reentries or trading counter trend. Now, I like this because it says if you're quickly exiting out, why are you doing that? And maybe you shouldn't have entered in the first place. Would you like detailed strategies or tools to implement any of these adjustments? Yes, let's just keep going. Detailed strategies to implement the adjustments. Define exit targets with precision. Use trailing stops effectively. Do partial profit taking. Refine entry timing, and it's literally giving us suggestions for journaling software, automated alerts. Man, that's just mindfulness practices, breathing exercises. Man, it just goes on and on and on. Would you like templates for a trade checklist or journaling format? As you can see, you can spend a lot of time with this, but my intention in this video is just to introduce you to the power of this technology and how it could be applied to your trading to open up some possibilities for you to explore further. Checking back in on our NASDAQ long trade, looking good. However, we're long, so the buyers still have to break through this area where they were selling before. The next way to use ChatGPT with your trading is spotting patterns in real time. This one's really good, especially for new traders if you're still trying to get the hang of this pattern recognition. One of the things that can make or break a trader. And this is where ChatGPT's power really shines through. Now check this out. Let's grab a chart. This time let's go to the ES, copy the image, go to GPT, and then we'll grab this prompt here. Analyze this chart for any potential breakouts or reversal patterns forming. Let's see. The uploaded chart shows candlesticks with a moving average and an ATR indicator at the bottom. Yep. Let's analyze potential breakouts or reversal patterns visible. Okay, number 1, trend analysis. The chart initially shows an uptrend with prices moving above the moving average, followed by a reversal into a downtrend. Let's check that out. Uptrend above the moving average, reversal and a downtrend. Yes. The moving average acting as dynamic support and resistance. Yes, that's how that works. Okay. Potential reversal patterns. Near the bottom right of the chart, there's a sharp drop followed by a rounded bottom and recovery, a potential double bottom. Yes, we see that here, and I have that marked. Look for confirmation. The neckline or prior resistance level should be broken with strong momentum for this to be confirmed as a reversal. So that's what we're looking for if we're looking for a potential reversal. I'd say that's solid. Number 3, breakout possibility. After the recovery, prices are testing the moving average as resistance. Yes. If a breakout above the moving average occurs with an increase in volume or ATR expansion, this could indicate a bullish breakout. Okay, cool. ATR implications. The ATR is relatively low at the moment, suggesting consolidation other known as a trading range. Watch for a spike in ATR alongside a breakout move for validation. So I like that. It's giving us multiple confirmation signals to look for, which is good. Number 5, key levels to watch. Support. Recent lows around the 5980 to 6000 range. A breakout here would invalidate any bullish reversal setup. So this is giving us invalidation signals. Awesome. And then, of course, we get a conclusion. So what do they say is the bottom line? If the price breaks above the moving average with strong momentum, it may lead to a bullish breakout. If the price fails and breaks below 6,000, it could continue the downtrend. Okay, cool. So you can see any chart that you want to trade, whether it's futures, Forex, stocks, crypto, you name it, go into TradingView, copy the chart, paste it into ChatGPT, and you can get help identifying these patterns and also knowing what to look for. I'm sure that you can see how this could be insanely helpful, especially if you're a beginner trader. Checking back in on our NASDAQ long trade. Looks like we got a strong bull close. You can see here, which is good because we're long, but we are bouncing off of that moving average, which is the blue line on my chart. So what we want to see next is a strong close above that blue line. The next way to use ChatGPT with your trading is decision trees to simplify your process. Now, decision trees are what help turn chaos into clarity, and ChatGPT helps you build the perfect ones for your trading style. And if you've never built a decision tree, I would suggest trying it. So do something like create a decision tree for trading pullbacks, including entry, stop loss, and profit taking rules, and see what it does. And this is what a decision tree looks like. It's a series of yes or no's. So for example, trend identification. Is there a clear trend and strong? Yes, proceed to step 2. No, do not trade. Wait for a clear trend to develop. 2, pullback assessment. Does the price retrace to a key level, e.g. a moving average, resistance zone? Yes, proceed to step 3. No, wait for a pullback. Confirmation. Does the pullback show a reversal pattern or signal at the key level? Example, pin bar, engulfing candle, strong rejection wicks. If yes, proceed to step 4. If no, wait for confirmation. 4, entry rules. Long trade, enter after a bullish reversal candle, closing above the key level, or for a short trade, enter after a bearish reversal candle, closing below the key level. Awesome. 5, stop loss placement. Place the stop loss based on, for the long trade, below the low of the pullback, or for the short trade, above the high of the pullback. Optional, add a buffer based on the ATR. I like that. Great suggestion. Profit taking rules. Does the price hit the first profit target? If yes, take partial profits and move stop loss to break even. If no, keep monitoring. What I like about this is it said wait until you take partial profits and then move your stop loss to break even, allowing your strategy to work, which is great advice. Final target, aim for the next resistance or support level using a measured move. I like measured moves and I use them in my strategy. It probably knows that. And then exit rules. Does the price break against your position? If yes, exit immediately. If no, continue to hold until your final profit target or your stop loss is hit. And then it gives you an example flow here for a long trade, which is what this could potentially look like. And then check this out. It gives you a visual representation when it's designed visually. Start here, if yes, no, and you can actually take this and you can use another AI tool to have this. This is notegpt.io. Just click AI tools and then AI mind map generator, paste it in, and it'll create this cool looking mind map in just a few seconds. Here's what it looks like in visual text. As you can see, it's the same thing, just designed with the arrows, making it clear and easy to read. And then of course you can download it and even print it out if you want. The decision tree provides a systematic approach for trading pullbacks while managing risk effectively. Let me know if you'd like this customized further, so you can continue to work with this and customize it. And one thing you could do is take your current trading strategy and create a decision tree for that, just to make your decision making even more clear. And that gives you the opportunity to go back and double check if you did everything perfectly. And then if you're not sure what you did wrong, or let's say you're like me and you have a positive average profitability per trade, where specifically in my decision-making process can I focus? What little tiny detail can I improve to explode my profits? Which is what we're all trying to do at the end of the day anyways, isn't it? This is a way to level up your trading with a tool that never gets emotional and is always 100% perfectly objective. Checking back on our NASDAQ long position, we are literally ticks away from hitting our profit target. But again, it is not unheard of to miss it by a tick or to get a tick away and then have it take longer than you expected. So patience. And to all the haters, I'll say this in advance, I'm not making any promises to anyone about anything, just having some fun testing out this new technology and then sharing my findings and some ideas that I hope might be helpful to you. And it wins. My way to say thank you for watching, I have created this free guide for you. So if you found these different prompts valuable, I have this whole guide with 100 prompts, which I call the ultimate ChatGPT trading guide. And whether you're a day trader, a swing trader, or you're investing on longer time frames, you can use these prompts to help you trade smarter, faster, and more consistently. I'm giving it away for free. Just click the link in the description. You'll get instant access to the free guide. And if you liked this video, I think you'll love this one, which would be a perfect next step. Click here to watch that now, and I'll see you there.